IVM.
Hello everybody! Welcome to another episode of IVM Likes. Hey, I'm Antariksh. I'm the host for this episode. Joining me on this episode are Jalasmi. Hey Jalasmi again. What's up, Jalasmi?
Hello. How is everybody? I hope everybody's doing fine.
Yep, I hope
And how are you,
Antariksh?
Antariksh?
All good, man. Thank you so much for asking. And joining Jalasmi and me is Hrishikesh. Hrishikesh, what is happening, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Antariksh?
Yep. I was always going to say Rishi K because that'll be like a radio thing. And then we can just have Rishi do an impression of Rishi K. तो आइए दोस्तों बोलिए क्या चल रहा है आजकल आपकी लव लाइफ में क्या है I don't know how
No, that's not how Hrishikesh talks, just
okay,
by the way.
Okay, let's hear your Hrishikesh impression, Jalasmi.
I can't, nobody can do his impressions.
Okay.
You should ask Vinay, he can do it.
Yeah, that's possible. Who's your favorite, just a random question, who's your favorite RJ? Like, you don't have, it doesn't
RJ?
like you worked. Yeah. Do you have a favorite RJ in India?
Yes, I do. It's Jimmy, Radio Mirchi Bangalore, because I have been listening to his show. जब मैं वहाँ थी, obviously not here, but yeah, he is one of my favorite RJs.
I used to love Jeetu Raj. I think that's 93.5 or 92.7.
98.3, yeah.
98.3,
morning. He still hosts the morning show. He is also very nice, very nice.
Dude, and he talks so well, dude. And he talks so nicely in English and Hindi, which I find super impressive.
And Urdu and Marathi and Gujarati.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what a baller, dude, that guy.
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
It's too good.
Any favorite RJs? Just starting off with that random question.
Oh, I don't remember right now. But I think RJ Malishka.
RJ Malishka, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good one. Malishka, yeah. She used to have this, Malishka used to have this segment about where she would talk to other Mumbaikars about like cool things that they've done in their life or something. I'm forgetting the exact segment, but I remember I used to like it quite a lot. Anyway, guys, for those of you who are joining us for the first time on IVM Live, listening to this show for the first time, firstly, thank you so much for joining us. And how this show works is on every episode, in the first half, we give you guys some awesome recommendations for things we have checked out recently. And we think that you should as well, because you might just like it as much as we do. And in the second half, we talk about like a topic, a pop culture topic. And on this episode, we're going to talk about car movies or movies with cars in them or movies that feature cars. That can be racing oriented. It can be just like a road movie where you're traveling from point A to point B, or just driving in general. I don't know. It can be people sleeping in cars and that's the movie or something. I don't know how it works. Something I've done quite a lot in my college days, where I would just bunk college and just spend the day in the car with a friend, just chilling, smoking, you know how it goes. Young people. Anyway, let's get this show started.
I should say hashtag not all young people.
Hashtag not all young people are bad people. Not all young people like to waste away their life like I did in my college days. Anyway, let us move on to the recommendations. Let's get to this. Jalasmi, would you like to start us off with your recommendation for this episode?
Yes. So I would like to recommend Newsance to everybody. It's by this organization called the Newslaundry.
Yeah.
And they have this segment on YouTube.
Correct. I watched this.
Yeah. It's too good. They call out all the primetime journalists for all the crap that they've been putting out on TV. At the same time, the host is also, she presents facts and figures which are like, देखो ये लोग गलत बोल रहे हैं, इनकी बात मत मानना. This is actually what is happening. And, she presents it in a funny way, and it's worth watching. Definitely worth watching.
Correct. Dude, Meghnad from Newslaundry.
Meghnad Desai, yeah.
We actually have a show with him. We've done a show at IVM called How to Citizen.
Yes.
It's a very good show. Please, to all our listeners, please go and check that out. How to Citizen, hosted by Meghnad S. and Shreyas Manohar. Yeah, it's a very cool show. But yeah, Newslaundry is very good, firstly, as a news organization, because I love that they troll other news organizations for the shit that they say. Firstly that. And Newsance is a great show. Dude, I heard Newslaundry and Newsance particularly in particular got a cease and desist notice recently for like a news article that they got. I think they got it from Times Now or Republic or something. I think they were talking about the TRP case.
Yeah.
Someone like sued
Yes.
them. This just happened very recently. I'm forgetting the exact reason they got sued, but yeah, dude, more power to them. Hope they survive forever.
It's good.
Yeah,
ठीक है, जो लोग अच्छा काम करते हैं उनको कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे होता ही है, which is fine.
Yeah, what is that saying, dude? कि जब लोग तुम्हारी बुराई करने लगे तो समझ लेना.
That's when you should know कि yes, exactly.
That's a guru dialogue. I think I just remember that's a guru. It was from the Guru. Abhishek Bachchan's great movie.
And the host is also lovely. Okay, Manisha Pandey, the way she talks, I think it's just fun to watch.
Okay, yeah.
Infotainment.
I would agree. Another great infotainment channel, which is similar to Newsance, is kind of like satire, right? Political satire.
Yes.
Another great channel, just randomly, is Deshbhakt. Akash Banerjee. I'm a huge fan of Akash Banerjee's, and I love his takes on most things.
Oh, he was also an RJ, just by the way.
Akash Banerjee was an RJ?
Yeah, I think he was in Radio Mirchi.
Really? Oh, wow, I had no idea. That is cool. That makes sense, dude. He can talk really well. Makes sense. Nice. Very, very well done. Cool. Rishi, what about you? What's your recommendation?
I would like to recommend Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai
series right now.
Yeah.
The thing I picked it up through Joe Rogan's recommendations.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
It's a continuation of the Karate Kid story, right?
Yeah. It's an American martial arts comedy drama.
Yeah. Correct. But is it actually funny?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be cringy.
Okay, but like cringe humor is fine. Yeah. Cringe humor is still funny. Yeah, that's fine.
There are some kind of dad jokes on it.
Okay, fair.
But it's like it's revolved around karate.
Revolves around karate.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Okay.
It debuted in 2018 on YouTube Red, and the second season again debuted on YouTube Red in 2019, and then Netflix picked it up. And now the season 3 debuted on Netflix around.
So wait, you're saying the first season was on YouTube, right? It's on YouTube.
Yeah, and the second season as well. Yeah.
And the third season now is on Netflix only.
Yeah.
Oh wow, dude! How often does that happen? That happens to I can think of 3 or 4 times, maybe 2 or 3 times that has happened. So number one.
At first, even I thought that all the seasons are on Netflix, but when I was watching, I saw the YouTube Red logo, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Dude, I remember the first 2 seasons were on YouTube Red. That I remember. But a YouTube Red show making it then onto Netflix is kind of impressive.
Yeah, it's big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like the only time I can think of something like that happening is actually I can think of 2 other instances. One is Arrested Development. It was on I think Fox was the channel used to air on, and then it after 3 seasons it went off air, like they discontinued it, and then after 6 years after going off air, it came back because of popular demand on Netflix. And,
even with Netflix Lucifer as well, right?
Is the same in Lucifer?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the other instance I can think about is comedians in cars getting coffee. It used to be on Crackle, and now from season 10, I think, or season 9 onwards, it is now on Netflix because Seinfeld signed like a $100 million deal with Netflix or something. Crazy. So
I mean, it's a great show if you are into karate or something. Did you play karate during your school time?
I did, man. I reached yellow belt.
Oh, I reached orange.
Orange, that's much farther, dude. Wow, that's very cool. A yellow belt is like the first belt after white belt. Yeah. So that was all the karate I did in my schooling. You reached orange belt. Orange belt is after what, man? After what stage?
I think it's the 3rd level, I think.
It's the 3rd level. So so it's white, yellow, then orange?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool, man. What was your shout? Was it "Hoi" or was it what was the other one? I don't remember. Oi! Was that your shout also?
No, I think it was the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I've heard some other shouts. No, there'll be like "Ha." I don't know. I just made that up. I have made it.
I think that was the only fun part of just shouting.
Yeah, correct. It should be
as
nice.
Loud as possible. Yeah.
Nice should be another shout. Nice. Nice. Bad. Just choose any word. It's like yoga chanting. Like how you have your own yoga chant. Like not everyone uses Om, right? Om is like not everyone. That's a Western
thing. You do
thing,
yoga as well.
I don't at all. Do I look like I look? I do yoga, man. But thanks.
I do yoga.
Why do you know?
Oh, you do? So
I was getting FOMO, but chalo, thank God you spoke about yoga. Yes, I do yoga.
Okay, what belt are you in yoga? Oh no, that's not how it works.
I can say if there were belts in yoga, I would be an orange belt. Aram se.
Oh, third stage. Arey Rishi. Wow, nicely. You guys. Cool. So that was Cobra Kai. Recommended by Rishi. You can watch it on Netflix. But does Netflix have all 3 seasons, or does Netflix have only the 3rd season?
I think so. They might have.
Okay.
But on Wikipedia, it still shows YouTube Red and YouTube Premium.
Okay, so I guess it's not been updated. It's possible that the first seasons are still on YouTube. So yeah, go check that out. I will talk about. So you guys know the Daily Show, right? With Trevor Noah. Have you guys heard of this?
Yes.
Daily Show with Trevor Noah. So Daily Show with Trevor Noah is right now, right? Before that, it used to be the Daily Show with Jon Stewart. Then Jon Stewart, legendary comedian, won like 16, 17 Emmys hosting the Daily Show. So huge, just hugely influential in this a political late night talk show space, right? Jon Stewart retired and Trevor Noah came on the show and he took over the show. Before retiring, Jon Stewart, in like his last 2 years or so, had hired a few correspondents. So correspondents are like they're all comedians. Daily Show correspondents are all comedians who do field work. Field work as in like they go out and talk to people and make other news stories happen, do interviews and all that, which Jon Stewart doesn't usually have time to do because he's in the studio and doing the studio stuff. So one of the correspondents, so for instance, the correspondents have included the likes of Steve Carell, the actor who was from The Office, like Michael from The Office, or Stephen Colbert, who is now doing late night Stephen Colbert. Yeah, the Colbert Report before that. So Samantha Bee, she has her own show, Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. Hassan Minhaj. So yeah, like very, very funny people. Roy Wood Jr., he has hosting a couple of shows. So one of the comedians who was hired in the last year or two of Jon Stewart and is still on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah is Jordon Klepper. Okay? Jordon Klepper. He has a series called Jordon Klepper Fingers the Pulse. It's a very funny name. Basically, for the last few years, he's been going on to Trump rallies, okay, and talking to people at Trump rallies about what their views are and what their thoughts are. And he does it just so well, dude. He has this sarcastic kind of a tone of voice. He's always like super sarcastic, hilarious, always hilarious.
So does he like pretend to be
He does not.
MAGA?
He does not. He rides this gray line where he will never say that he supports MAGA, but he will ask questions in a way that will make the other person think, oh, maybe he supports, maybe he's on our side. Maybe he's on our side. So that's why they will be a little more open with him. Like they'll say like really outrageous stuff, like really like stuff which is like dumb and demented. Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of times it'll be like very demented, dumb stuff even. For instance, like just recently after this, during this Capitol riot thing that happened in the US, Jordon Klepper was in the grounds of, not in the grounds, sorry. He was outside when the rallies are going on. And the violence had broken up inside. But not everyone from the rally had gone into the Capitol building. Some of them were still outside doing their whatever peaceful protest that they wanted to do. And Jordon Klepper was talking to all these people. And all these people are like, we are happy of what is going on. We should get out our politicians by the hair and all. What is this? There are people carrying placards and signboards that he talks to. There are people with guns that he talks to. Very funny, dude. And just recently, the Comedy Central channel put out a complete collection of Jordon Klepper of all in the last 4 years. Actually, mostly like last 5 years, because must be since the election time, since the Trump and Hillary Clinton election. So since the last 5 years, all the Trump rallies that Jordon Klepper has attended. So that entire collection is now available. I'll just tell you what it's called. Jordon Klepper versus Trump supporters, the complete collection. That's what the title is. And it's a great video. Please check it out. Please check out Jordon Klepper, all his work, and check out any segment that he does on the field for the Daily Show, because it's always hilarious. So that's my recommendation. Thank you so much. If you can just run down our recommendations again for this round. Jalasmi, what did you recommended?
Yes, I recommended Newsance by Newslaundry.
Yeah.
And I recommended Cobra Kai on Netflix.
Yep. And I recommended Jordon Klepper Fingers the Pulse, which is the segment of The Daily Show, which can be watched on YouTube for the most part. Thank you so much, guys. That's been the first half of this episode. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you haven't been following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'd like to thank the sponsors on the network this week, Storytel and The Whole Truth Foods. Thank you for supporting us. So a great bunch of episodes this week. First, let me tell you about The Note with Maruk Inayat. It was featuring Asaduddin Owaisi. She spoke to the AIMIM leader to understand what the Indian Muslim voter wants and how his party is any different from the BJP. On Advertising is Dead, Varun spoke with Malika Sadani. Malika is the founder and CEO of the Moms Company. They discussed the science of motherhood. On Naan Curry with Sadaf and Archit, Dhananjay Chuck of the Edges and Sledges podcast showed up, so we did another crossover, this time with food and cricket. On Agla Station Adulthood, Ritasha and Ayushi talked to Gaurang Sangvi, head of digital business at DSP Mutual Fund. The episode has some logical and realistic advice, especially for millennials, on how to invest their money. Shunya One is back this week with Sheila Ditya and myself. We spoke to Anirudh Singla of Pepper Content this week. Really interesting conversation. Anirudh gave us some real deep insights into content creation and how they're thinking about different ways of creating it. Do check them out. Really fun show, really fun conversation. And with that, let me get you back to your show.
All right, welcome back to the second half of this episode of IVM Likes. Thank you so much for joining us again. Joining me again in the second half are Jalasmi and Rishi. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, and the topic that we're talking about on this episode is car movies. That are movies that feature car in some prominent-ish role, at least. This can be car movies with races, like car races, like racing, or so that includes F1, NASCAR, or what have you. This can be just, I don't know, any kind of movie, like driving involved. This can be a slice of life, road movies, anything that that has cars, related to cars. Is on the table. So I have a few movies. I know that my fellow panelists have just one or two movies each, and I have like four that I want to talk about. So this I think this show has basically just become things that I want to talk about, and the movies that I want to put out there, and just get other producers and other sound engineers as just as an excuse to support that, to support what I want to talk about. Yeah. So I start with one which came out recently and it just blew my mind. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Have you seen the Mad Max movie franchise?
Yeah.
Have you seen all of them, Rishi?
No.
Jasmine, you've not seen a single one?
No.
Okay, fair. Rishi, you said you've seen all of them?
Yeah, the one with
Mel Gibson. Charlize Theron. That's the latest one. That's Mad Max 4. Have you seen the original 3, which came out in the 70s?
No.
Okay, so Mad Max, all movies are basically they're basically car movies. They're post-apocalypse, where humanity is at the brink of extinction, and the whatever pockets of humanity that is left, they have formed small encampments. So there's like a certain encampment. It's all based in a desert wasteland. Okay, post-apocalypse in a desert wasteland. And each encampment of humanity controls like a different part, which is essential for humanity's survival. So like one of them, say for instance, controls all the gasoline that is still existing in the world. Okay, another faction controls all the ammunition and bullets that are still available in this world. Another one controls all the water. So like that kind of stuff. So like very cool done. And there's this one guy called Max. Okay, Mad Max is the title of the movies. And he has this car, which I'm forgetting the name of. I think it's called the Eradicator or something, which I will just tell you. Mad Max car.
Is like the latest one continuation of all those movies? Like,
huh?
Or like are these movies like the Avengers? Like
Avengers?
The story is like connected.
No. So I'll tell you. So yeah, his car is called the Interceptor. Okay, in every movie, all of the 4 movies, he's had a car called the Interceptor, and so which is like a very like a rugged car. It's a muscle car, and so he keeps modding it up. And there was like a Mad Max video game also, which in which the car was featured very prominently. Very cool. So now the first 3 movies had Mel Gibson starring as Mad Max. He was playing Max. One second, I'll just tell you the years they were launched. And I think they were in 1970s. The first 2-3 films, first 2-3 Mad Max films. The first one was in 1979, Mad Max 1. Mad Max 2 was in 81. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, that's third one, was in 1985. And then Mad Max Fury Road came out in 2015, and it did crazy. It got nominated for like 12 Oscars.
Yeah.
Insane. Okay, and this franchise is known for not using CGI effects, like CGI. If they're like crashes or fires, they're not CGI, but they're practical effects. So there is a crash. They're actually crashing a vehicle into another vehicle. That kind of stuff for the stunt. So very well done. The vision of the director is great. I think the director is George Miller, if I'm not wrong. Very well done movies. So basically, it was around the things that Max has to do for survival. I don't know what else to say. It's just a fantastic franchise. Mad Max Fury Road came out after 25 years almost from the original, the last 1985 Mad Max 3. And it had Charlize Theron in it. It had Tom Hardy, who played Mad Max. And the entire movie is just an endless chase. It is first a chase from A to B, where the main heroes are being followed by like 3 different factions from 3 different encampments of humanity existing. And then first part of the chase is from A to B, and the second part of the chase is from B to A, where they're going back. And it's just amazing, dude. The action is great. The storyline is awesome. The movie was a little polarizing, because some people who liked it loved it, and people who hated it are like, dude, what is this? The entire movie, they're just running after each other. What is? I'm like, yeah, that's the point of the movie. They're chasing after each other. It's chase movie.
Like the
it's
movie
fantastic.
purist.
Exactly, the movie purist. Yeah. So Mad Max, the franchise. Please check it out. It's great. Let's get to Jalasmi. I
think we should go with Rishi first. He'll have all Hollywood recommendations. Then we'll go to Bollywood, because I am the Desi girl. I have
Fair enough. Rishi, let's get to you then.
I would like to recommend Transformers, all the Transformers movies.
You like all the Transformers movies?
Yeah.
Like, you like all the Transformers movies? Some of them are not great though, dude. No,
I like all of them.
Okay, fair enough.
But like from the Cars point of view, I think the Revenge of the Fallen was great.
Yeah, Revenge of the Fallen was
and Dark of the Moon. Yeah, I mean, even with the CGI they did with the cars, it was awesome.
Yeah, this is Michael Bay movies.
Yeah. The fact that a car can transform into a robot, I mean, for me, that was, oh shit.
Did you ever watch the cartoon series? Transformer cartoon series?
Yeah.
I watched quite a lot of them. There have been like 5-6 Transformer series now, cartoon series. Yeah. It's quite a lot. There was one Transformers cartoon series which was called Transformers Beast Wars. And I think there's another caption under tagline under Beast Wars.
Okay.
It was Transformers Beast Wars, where the Transformers did not transform from cars to robots. They transformed from animals to bioorganic robots.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little more bizarre, but the storylines are very mature and meant for slightly more adult audiences. It was a good show, very entertaining. I used to have a good time. I think one of the main cast, the Optimus Prime equivalent, I forgot the name of that Transformer, but he was like a gorilla that then transformed into a bigger gorilla or something. Or
even like in the
like a robot.
Transformers Last Night, there was a dragon or a dinosaur in that last scene.
Yeah, that's the one with Mark Wahlberg, no? In the Transformers?
Yeah, the Last Night.
The Last Night. Cool. So yeah, Transformers movies, fair enough, man. Which is your favorite Transformer movie though?
I think I will say Revenge of the Fallen.
Okay, fair enough. And do you like Shia LaBeouf more, or do you like Mark Wahlberg more?
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf.
No,
the fact that he, is so like hypersensitive. He's always like stuttering.
Not hypersensitive, hyperactive. You mean hyperactive?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hypersensitive is hypersensitive is like वो हर बात पे बुरा मान लेता है.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, of course not, man. All good. So he's hyperactive for sure.
Yeah.
And he's an actor who doesn't because of the weird shit he does off screen.
Yeah.
He doesn't get the due credit because he has like great acting chops.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Nice. Shia LaBeouf. I would agree. And Megan Fox, of course. Let's not forget about Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Cool. Transformers. Revenge of the Fallen. Fair enough. Jalasmi, let's get to you now.
Okay, so I'll talk about the Bollywood films. Bollywood films don't have such great car movies, but I can think of two which have a specific car in the spotlight. Okay, सबसे पहले तो the very very revolutionary ahead of its time Tarzan the Wonder Car.
Of course.
I mean, you have to say the film was a little childish, but then the car was pretty cool, and the story was also pretty cool.
Yeah, Tarzan's Wonder Car is like our Transformers only. The car can just drive itself. It has a mind of its own.
Yeah. So see, Bollywood did it before.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
And the other one is Do Duni Char, because again, it's all about Do Duni Char basically from
do you mean
the
Do
family.
Duni? Do you mean Do Duni Car? Sorry, terrible point. Moving ahead. Yes.
Okay. So basically, the movie is about a family's aspirations to go from, two-wheeler to four-wheeler, and they borrow a car to go to a wedding because, because of the purpose of Shosha, ki chalo hum gaadi mein aaye. And then, what follows is a lot of nice comedy, family drama. But I think that's one movie which has a car in the spotlight. And because we're talking about cars, we should give a special mention to Rohit Shetty and all the films that he's made and all the cars that have fallen to the dust.
Of course, yes.
So, yeah.
Very true. Let me just, in Tarzan the Wonder Car, the Ajay Devgan, if you know, Ajay Devgan's character's Atma was in the Wonder Car.
In basically. The car, yes.
That's so funny, dude. Just, wow. Yeah. You think the car was electric or petrol?
No, definitely electric. I think.
I mean, if a car can move on its own, why does it need anything? If it's an Atma controlling it, you should be able to control without having to refuel and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pata chala,
electric. The fuel was Atma.
The fuel was Atma, correct. Pata chala like भैया थोड़ा आत्मा भर देना 500 का आत्मा भर देना इसमें कौन सा आत्मा अजय देवगन.
No, but one of the best car designers in that car, I think it was Dilip Chhabria who did the designing of the car and all of that.
Oh, dude, Dilip Chhabria just got arrested, by the way.
But
this is a random fact. Dilip Chhabria just got arrested because he scammed Kapil Sharma. Kapil Sharma ordered like a 5 crore, 7 crore worth vanity van from Dilip Chhabria, which he just never got delivered. So Kapil Sharma filed a complaint to the police, and Dilip Chhabria, I don't know whether he got arrested, but he at least got taken into custody. Maybe he's out on bail now. I didn't follow up on the story, but just random Dilip Chhabria news, I guess. I was going to mention one more. Oh yeah, Ferrari Ki Sawari.
Ferrari Ki Sawari. How can we forget that?
Yeah,
Such a nice film.
Yeah, very nice film. And I think Riya Chakrabarti in it, no?
No, there was Sharman Joshi and this guy, the Lakho Mein Ek Wala guy, and Baman Irani in it.
Ferrari Ki Sawari. Then there's one more, Mere Dad Ki something.
Mere Dad Ki. Okay, yeah, that one is Saqib Salim and Riya Chakrabarti. That was something completely different.
But that was car related, no? Wasn't it a car?
That was car related. But I always wonder where and when do these cars get to see the road? Yeah, I mean, Sachin ke Ferrari parking mein padi rehti hogi most of the time.
True.
Does he even get time to take it
doesn't.
out for a spin on Bombay roads, especially with the metro work going on?
For sure, definitely does not. There was a scene in Mission Impossible 5, I think.
Yeah, with the BMW, no?
With the BMW in India, before the Anil Kapoor or after the Anil Kapoor scene.
No, Anil Kapoor, yeah.
This is the Mission Impossible with Anil Kapoor I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, and in that one, this is the one with Burj Khalifa. So whichever one that was. Rogue Nation? No, this was Rogue. Sorry. So anyway, whichever Mission Impossible that was, they show a scene where a BMW, the i8, the electric one, right? That one is in Bombay, on the Bombay streets. And it just stopped there, dude. It just can't do anything in Bombay. It's ridiculous.
But it's so funny. Sometimes when you go to Sobo, you have all these little cars, mini Zen, Alto, Santro, and beech mein kahin se koi badi si sports car aake ruk jayegi. Everything is on the same signal, and it's such an ironic,
so bizarre. Correct.
view.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Correct. Very true. So a movie that I remember from my childhood, which I haven't seen in quite a few years, but as a child, I used to love this movie. It's very possible you guys have at least heard of the movie. Have you heard of a movie called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Oh yes, I've heard about it.
Yeah, Rishi, have you heard of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
No.
It was about a family who owned this car, and this car is like highly sought after because like there are like people trying to steal the car and all. Okay, the car is called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. The car has like all these like abilities. It can fly. It can go on water. Like it's if it's these are the wheels, right? The wheels are like go turn on themselves, and then it can like float on water and all. So yeah, it has all these cool abilities. So just remember this movie. It's kind of nice.
I think
So
I've
was
also
the car
seen
like
this one. Yeah.
was the car like built or उसमें भी आत्मा आता है?
Oh, I don't remember actually. I don't think Atma. I think it's just a car that exists.
आत्मनिर्भर है वो.
Atmanirbhar hai wo, correct. Very true. Then a couple of more movies that I can just, if I can.
So
just
guys,
talk
what
about.
do you think about Tesla coming to Bangalore?
I think it's cool that we're getting like a properly electric car, like a full-on electric car.
Yeah.
But it'll basically.
But just imagine a Tesla.
Imagine a Tesla on
just imagine a
autopilot
Tesla
on Indian
stuck
roads.
Stuck at Silk Road.
I can totally imagine a Tesla on Indian roads, but I cannot imagine a self-driving Tesla. Like so, the self-driving feature I think will come months later. वो तो अभी तो भूल ही जाओ self-driving. वो तो bomb में तो
The way we are like jaywalking.
Exactly, dude. Exactly, yeah. Or you know what will have to happen is the margin of error will have to be increased to be able to drive on Bombay roads, self-drive on Bombay roads. The margin of error will have to be increased. Okay, like so in America you have to maintain lanes, right, to be able to self-drive properly. You have to maintain lanes. In India nobody maintains lanes. So the margin of error for the car will also have to be increased in the sense that agar America mein you stop if you're like 10 inches away from hitting a person, in India it'll be like just 5 inches. So there are going to be a lot more accidents happening by self-driving cars if that happens also, I think.
I was recording the Vishal Gondal show that is on our network.
Yeah.
And the room he has a big Ferrari logo behind him. So, one of the guests asked him, when are you getting your Ferrari? He was like, I think first I need to buy a road and then I'll buy the Ferrari.
That is so true.
That is so true. Okay, so I just have a couple of more movies that I want to talk about before we can end this episode. Just please bear with me. In 2007, Quentin Tarantino released a movie called Death Proof. Okay, I was just talking about it on a recent episode. Death Proof stars Kurt Russell. Fantastic movie. It's about a driver stuntman, played by Kurt Russell. He has a car, which is it was I think a 1969 Dodge Charger. Okay, owned by Kurt Russell's character in the movie, who is a stuntman, but he's also a serial killer. Okay, how he goes about killing. He kills young women. Those are his targets or prey, whatever you want to call it. And how he kills these women is he gets them in the car. He basically seduces them or what have you. He gets them into his car, right? And then they go on a drive. And then they have an accident, which Kurt Russell makes it look like an accident. Okay, it's not really an accident. He actually gets into an accident on purpose. But the crazy part is that his half of the car, like the driving seat half of the car, is death proof. Like that part of the car, the whoever sitting on that side of the car will always be safe.
So even the passenger seat?
The passenger seat, no. The passenger seat, the woman dies. That's how he's a serial killer. The woman is sitting in the passenger seat and he'll crash the car. But he's the driver, right? So his side of the car is safe.
So no. So is this a only 2-person car or like the 4?
I think it's a 4-person car, but they only ever use 2 of the seats. You know what I mean? Let me just.
What if the woman wants to drive someday?
I mean, they never but they never get to a second date, nah? That's the point.
No. First date pe, what if the woman tells ki chalo mujhe gaadi chalani do?
I don't think anyone will allow.
I mean, this guy's not gonna allow. He just say no, sorry. Or he'll be like, okay, or he'll be like, take it, let me drive for 5 minutes and then you drive, okay? And then 5 minutes only he kills her.
Just go catch a bus.
Yeah, correct. Oh, so it's a 2-door. The 1969 Dodge Charger is a 2-door.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, so again, a fantastic movie. So that's the setup of the movie, that this guy's a killer. The movie basically becomes like a revenge, not a revenge, but like these 3 women, he tries to kill one of them, okay? And then these 3 women come after him in their own car. And the rest of the movie is just these 3 women trying to beat up this guy or this guy trying to beat them up. Gives shifting. And it's just badass, dude. It's great. These women are just so awesome in this movie. So yeah, just check out Death Proof. That's one. Directed by Quentin Tarantino. Great, fantastic movie.
I'm definitely going to watch this one.
Yeah, Death Proof. And the last one I would like to talk about is a movie called Rush. It's a 2013 movie starring Chris Hemsworth and Daniel Brühl is the actor. And is directed by Ron Howard, the famous director Ron Howard. This follows a real life true story of this very famous these two racers, like some of the best in the sport that I've ever existed, called James Hunt and Niki Lauda. Niki Lauda is a weird name. That's his name. What do you want to do?
Yeah, it won't work in India.
Yeah, what can you do? James Hunt and Niki Lauda. Two extremely skilled Formula One racers. They had an intense rivalry with each other, and it follows this one race where their enmity reached to its huge climax, which is went down in history as one of the finest races in racing history, in F1 history, and just fantastic. Chris Hemsworth. This is the movie I found out Chris Hemsworth is a great actor. This movie, I think 2013 or 2012 or something. 2013 movie. I had no idea. I'd only seen Chris Hemsworth in 2 Thor movies before this, and both those Thor movies weren't great. So I was like, okay, this guy probably is not a great actor, but this guy proved in Rush that he can bloody well act and act rather well. And the other actor, Daniel Brühl, great acting. It's a fantastic story, dude. It's very simple. This is quite a straightforward movie. It's about a rivalry in racing, and that's all I have to say.
It has great music as well.
Oh, you seen the movie?
Yeah,
true. Very, very true. Very fantastic.
Hans Zimmer.
Okay.
Hans Zimmer. Yes.
We have a Desi version also of F1 rivalry in racing. If you remember, Tara Rampam, Saif and Rani.
Tara Rampam.
But so much senti.
Oh,
movie was.
This song is also from that. No, tum hi tum ho nigaahon mein.
Yes.
Tum ho raahon mein, mere dil ko dusne na.
That's how we remember Bollywood movies.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. All right. That's a great end to this episode. I think we have run down quite a few of our favorite car movies. Thank you so much, guys. This has been lovely. We'll see you guys next week. Jalasmi, where can people follow you online?
It's Hathi Ka Bacha on Instagram and LinkedIn pe to Jalasmi Hathi. That's how I'm known.
Okay. Rishi, what about you?
And you can follow me on Instagram at _Rishi93.
All right. And you guys can follow me on Instagram at Antariksh. Thank you so much, guys. See you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Whether you're an established sports person or a budding one or simply a sports enthusiast, join us, Tanvi and Shlok.
We are 2 passionate pro badminton players talking policy, mindset and everything sport.
So tune in to the Millennial Athlete every Monday.
Only on the IVM Podcast Network.
Trust us, it's gonna be lit.
Want to learn something new and have a few minutes to spare? Well, then go for the Traveling Professor's Diary, where I, Siddharth Deshmukh, the Traveling Professor, will help you glean from all the insights that I've gained from wherever I've traveled, learned, taught and repeated. Join me every Tuesday and Thursday on the IVM Podcast website, app or wherever you get your podcasts from.